What's up guys, welcome back to EReviews. We are still with the Xiaomi Redmi 1S. Firstly, I would like to thank you all for the enormous support that y'all have been showing me for my other videos, and frankly, if not for you guys, I wouldn't be here making this one. And speaking of this video, it's probably the most awaited one, and it is none other than the battery optimization. In this video I'm going to show you guys how to get the best juice out of the beautiful orange 2000 mAh battery. As a disclaimer, I can't guarantee 2 days of battery life guys, but you will get 35 to 40% increase in your battery life. Well, that's not much in numbers, but when it comes to a phone which is still running the Jelly Bean OS, I think it's a very good bargain. Well, moving on with the process, I expect you guys to fulfill two prerequisites, and that would be your phone needs to be rooted and underclocked at 1.3 gigahertz, and the second one is pretty simple enough. Your phone needs to be charged up to 100%. Once you're done with this, let's get on with the process. Welcome back, and in front of us are the 6 steps that I'm going to run you all through to get the best juice out of your battery, and the first step being battery calibration. Well, what do you mean by battery calibration? It is nothing but resetting the power meter, that is the 0 to 100% power meter of the battery. No matter how well you take care of your battery, its capacity is going to reduce with inevitable factors such as time, heat and usage. So one important tip that I would like to give you all is once in a week, just let your phone run down from 100% to 0%. Trust me guys, this will do a world of good to your phone and the life of your battery. The process itself is fairly simple. All you got to do is download this application called battery calibration and launch it. Please be sure to have your phone charged up to 100% for this to work. So once it has been charged up to 100%, all you gotta do is just click on this button called battery calibration, and voila, calibration succeeded. So that's it. That's the whole battery calibration process, and like I said earlier, you can do this once every month, I guess. Let's move on to the next process. The second step in the optimization process is to delete unwanted applications that run in the background and consume both RAM and energy. MIUI comes with a list of bloatware that most people don't use, and by deleting these apps, we not only reduce the stress on the processor, but we also save a lot of internal storage. Before moving ahead, I must warn you guys that if you do not know what you're deleting, you will end up messing up your phone big time. And to avoid the blame of messing up your phones, I have made a list of applications that you can safely delete. I suggest you stick to the list, and if you have any doubts regarding any app that you want to delete, please go ahead and ask before you delete. I'm going to use the application called Titanium Backup Pro. Yes, it is a paid application on the Play Store, but for your convenience, I have provided the APK file in the description. Download it, install it, and this is how it should look like. So let's go ahead and launch it. It might give you a couple of notifications, but they're nothing to worry about, so just go ahead and click OK. So there we have it. This is how the application looks like, and in order to delete any application, you gotta go to this place called backup and restore. This will populate the list of applications that are currently present in your phone, and based on the list that I provided, you may go ahead and delete. As an example, I'm going to delete the browser, the stock browser application that comes with MIUI. This application weighs in about 70 MB. I mean, it's way too much for a browser, and when compared to the likes of Mozilla Firefox or Chrome, which max to max weigh anywhere between 25 to 30 MB. So by deleting this single application, I can save up to 40 MB in the internal storage. So let's go ahead and delete the stock browser, and in order to do that, you just got to click on it, and this will give you a list of actions that you can take on the app. And for this, I'm going to uninstall. So let the application do its work, and once it's done, it's going to give you a notification and a strike on the name, and that shows that confirms that the application has been deleted. As you can see, I still have all the apps that were initially provided in the MIUI ROM, so I'm gonna go ahead and delete all these applications and get back with you. Alright, I'm back after deleting a huge load of apps that I didn't use, and there were so many apps that my phone literally feels lighter. Having said that, let's move on to the third step in the optimization process, and that would be is to greenify the apps that you don't use. Well, I'm pretty sure that most of y'all would have heard about this application, and so what it basically does is it hibernates apps when you're not using them. Let me just go ahead and launch the application for you guys. So here it is. This is the latest Greenify app, and I'm going to show you guys how to make the best use of this application. Once you're into the app, click on this plus button here, and this will give you a list of apps that are currently running. So you can use this option called show more applications to show all the applications that are running in the background. All you gotta do is choose the ones that you don't use very often. Like if you greenify WhatsApp, you will not be able to get notifications, so do not greenify applications similar to WhatsApp, and do not greenify no frill CPU controller as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and greenify XDA Premium. I don't use much. Way to use SMS, set CPU, Ola Cabs, Messenger, yes. So it's all at your own discretion. If you're using the app more than once a day, then do not greenify it. If you use it very rarely, then go ahead and greenify it. So as you can see, I've greenified most of my apps which I don't use. I'm gonna leave WhatsApp and Messenger alone. So once you're done selecting the apps, just go ahead and click the tick. Voila, that's it. Your apps are greenified, and all you gotta do is press this the next time you greenify it. A more easier way to do this after you have selected the apps to greenify is to add a widget, and Greenify has been kind enough to provide us an inbuilt shortcut. As you can see, create a hibernation shortcut. All you gotta do is click on this, and you can see here you have two options: hibernate plus lock screen or hibernate now. I would suggest just use hibernate now. So there you go, a shortcut is created in your launcher. Let's go ahead and verify that. As you can see, there's hibernate now. So I'm gonna go ahead and open a couple of apps so that I can demonstrate how this works. So there you go, I have opened Chrome, and in order to greenify this, all I gotta do is just press this, and there you go, Chrome hibernated. And this is how it pretty much works with all the other apps. And so go ahead and check it out. It's a very simple and useful app. And once you're done with this, let's move on to a more common issue that most of us face, and that would be the step 4. Step 4 of the optimization process is the common mistakes that we do with our settings. If you have configured your settings rightly, that itself could save up to 10% of your battery life. Yes, most of us would have done all these already, but I've still added it for the ones who haven't. The first and most important one would be mobile networks. If you're not using your internet as you generally would, just go ahead and disable it. And depending on your internet package, you can either choose 3G or 2G. I would prefer 2G, but then, as I said, it depends on your internet connectivity. And I would always suggest you to choose your networks manually, because say supposing you're in an area where you do not have networks, what the phone will do is keep searching for your network, and that would drain battery as well. So as you can see, I have switched off the choose automatically option here, and I think you all should do the same as well. The second important part would be location access. Until and unless you're using Google Maps, which really requires your location, I would suggest switching this option as well. The third point would be your display. As we all know, the 720p display is one of the major culprits for the heating issue and battery backup as well. So choosing your brightness appropriately helps a lot when it comes to battery consumption and your sleep time as well. For this, for the video purpose, I have selected to never sleep, so you can either choose 30 seconds or 50 seconds. The last but not least is that MIUI is a graphic heavy user interface, and when the RAM dips below 200, the animation gets hit the worst. You can try this workaround to reduce the impact of low RAM on the animations. All you gotta do is go to developer options, scroll down to find window animation scale, transition animation scale, and animator duration scale. As you can see, normally it would be scaled at 1.5x, but you can scale it down to 0.5x to reduce the impact of low RAM on your animations, and this will make your phone a little more snappy than usual. Well, that's about it from the settings point of view, and the next step would be to play around with the processor using no frills CPU control. By now we all know the effects of this application on your phone. Well, we're going to put it to more use. As I mentioned in my fix the heating issue video, 1.3 GHz is the suitable clock speed for best performance. However, we do not need the best performance all the time. Instead, we need optimum performance. I made a simple calculation that will help in using the processor more effectively. All you gotta do is keep this comparison in mind. If you're using just one app at any given point of time, such as WhatsApp or just messaging or just calls, you can scale down your processor to 1.094 GHz. If you're using two applications at any given point of time, scale it a bit higher to 1.19 GHz. If you're into gaming, then you need the best performance, so scale it back to 1.306 GHz. It's a very simple comparison and calculation. Less the clock speed, lesser the power consumption, which indirectly links to lesser heating issues. So go ahead and try it out, and again guys, I'm warning you, do not go below the 1 GHz because these are tested clock speeds, and I would say stick to what's mentioned in this video. That's about it from no frills CPU control. The next part would be to make good use of the security inbuilt application that MIUI has to provide. There are two sections of the security app that I highly recommend. The first one would be the normal check. So what this does is it runs over the system memory and cache of your phone and lets you know that what you need to optimize. So here I have my system is at green, but my memory is of orange or red or whatever you call it, and cache. So all I gotta do is press optimize, and of course yes, this might be just a gimmick, but to make sure that it is not, you gotta go to cleaner and do another scan here. So what this will do is it will give you apt information about what you're missing out from the overall check that we did. So yeah, here we go, we have cache of 16 add files which is taking up 4 MB, and residuals from applications like WhatsApp or whatever it is. So clean it up, and once you're done with that, click on advanced. This will show you a clear view of which app is consuming how much space in your internal storage, and you can also keep a tab on the large files that are present in your phone, such as videos, and if you would want to delete them, just go ahead and delete them from here. And you can also keep a tab of the cache that is accumulated by WhatsApp or any other app, similar app to this. So as you can see, there's 252 MB of cache that has been created by WhatsApp. So I'll delete that later. I can have a check at whatever that I don't want to, so I can go ahead and delete it. So that completes the 6 steps to optimizing the battery and RAM of the Xiaomi Redmi 1S. And I would also like to inform that this works perfectly with any phone that has root permission. So go ahead and try it, and do let us know about the effects of these steps on your phone. Having said that, it brings us to the big surprise part. Alright, time for the big surprise, and as you guessed it from the wallpaper, well yes, we are leaving the jelly bean scene and moving into KitKat territory. To confirm that, I'm going to go to settings, about phone. So there you can see Android version 4.4.4 running the MIUI 5.1.10. There we go, KitKat Android 4.4.4. Yes, it is an unofficial ROM, but it's very stable, and I've been running it on my Redmi 1s for a couple of days right now, and I haven't faced any issues. So I've already made a very simple 3-step process to getting the KitKat ROM. So go ahead and check it out. I will leave the link in the description. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more Redmi 1s videos. And once again, thank you for watching. See you on the other side.